The title is So You Want to Have a Business. Let me explain something to you. It is 5:30 in the morning. Um, we've been up since about 3:30, 4 o'clock, and that's when our day starts. And everybody thinks owning a business is easy. Well, we have two of them, and it's not. I can assure you that. So, whatever business you may want to own, whatever business you may want to do, be prepared for the long haul, the hard work, and the only success is driving forward. If you can't drive forward and you can't wake up early and you can't put your business ahead of most things in life, then business is not for you. Now, we, besides construction, own a grower nursery agricultural business. We grow the world's hottest peppers. We make product. So our day starts early. Why? Because we have to go into the pepper patch, and our day starts with watering. Not only do we water last night before we went to bed, water in the morning, especially with 100-degree temps, Oklahoma. Um, Now today we wake up, and what we have to do is we have to go over product. All the product that sold last night has to be shipped out today because at In Gardner, we're 5-star rated across the board, and shipping is impeccable. Customer service is impeccable. We need to be on top of everything. Everything usually gets shipped out next day or within. We usually do 1 to 3 day window. So right now, what I'm doing is we ran out of labels. So not only have I been up since 3:30 in the morning, had God knows how many cups of coffee, and the pepper patch is watered. Now it's time to jump on a computer, go onto my label program. I have to make labels for product, and that's how the day starts. And that doesn't count our second business, where I will be out in a little while, and then onto construction while my wife tends to in Gardner, as she usually does. Um, so, the label of this, like I said, was So You Want to Own a Business. Are you prepared to work nonstop? Because people who sleep don't make money. Sorry to say it. If you're sleeping all day and you just want to have a 9 to 5 job, don't think about owning a business because it ain't 9 to 5. It's 90 to 100 hours a week. I'm sorry to say it. It's exactly what it is. It's nonstop work. It never ends. What's up, guys? I can't really see comments. They're coming in. I don't really use YouTube, honestly. We usually live on Facebook and do a lot of interaction on Facebook and other platforms, but I figured I start using the YouTube channel because there's a lot of people out there who are interested and do different things. And like I said, with our business within Gardner, there's a lot that goes with it. Okay, besides the growing aspect and the farm, we have product, we have labels, we got stickers, we got this, we got that. Um, Presentation is everything. When it comes down to, I'm sorry, I'm on my label program because I got to make labels. What it comes down to is if you want to own a business, you want to be professional, you want to have presentation and impeccable shipping and everything, you need to, number one, take pride in your business. Everything down to the last drop, the stupid stickers that we put in all the boxes with our flyers and our packing, um, our labeling, everything like that. I'm constantly labeling things and making labels and ordering labels. It depends. Some things we make labels for, some things we order them for, depending on what they are. Like these labels are oil resistant, and they go on bottles, and usually these ones are just ones we give out to people. You have to be passionate about it. You have to drive forward with it, uh, and it's not easy by any means. Everybody wakes up and says, I don't want to work for somebody anymore. I want to open my own business. I want to do this. I want to do that. And there's so much that goes with it. I mean, forget about the startup of business itself. And that's why there's that saying that it takes money to make money. I'll tell you what, if I had the money and I had the investors, Tammy and I would have a multi-million dollar company within a year. Unfortunately, within Gardner for 3 years, we've constantly reinvested. So we really haven't spent a dime of anything we made, and everything gets reinvested into our business and rolls over. And everything we make, we take out for product costs and everything like that and overhead, and then it gets reinvested into the business for future stuff. And I see Jimmy Pickles is going live at the same time because he's up in the morning doing the same exact thing we are on his 100-hour work week, going crazy. And, like I said, this morning I woke up. I'll show you kind of what I'm doing here, just so you guys can see. I'll switch the camera around so you can kind of see what's going on. But as you can see on my computer, I have different labels that are saved, different labels I got to make, blah, 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 like right here. So I got to make Tink labels this morning. I got to pull up Tink. I got to redesign things because this is going to be a different one. This is a triple X chocolate peanut butter. So labels, don't mind my office. Um, but so this is what I do every day, all day. And this is what Tammy does every day, all day. Forget about the processing peppers, the ingredients for product, the making the product. I haven't even gotten to that yet. This is just the business end. So let's get started. You want to open a business. First thing you got to do is you need to come up with an LLC. You have to um, file for an LLC or a corporation, whatever you want to do it, however you're going to file it. You need to open your business. And with that comes money, insurance, so on, so on, so on. Now you have your overhead. Your overhead is the biggest thing in the world, and it takes time to build. They always tell you, it takes 5 years. You're going to take a loss for 5 years. You could do it quicker. In Gartner, to be honest with you, 3 years. Did we invest a lot of money? Absolutely. Everything we had. Everything. People don't understand. We didn't just wake up one day, open a business, start making product and selling it and say, hey, we're making money. It doesn't work like that. It's a lot of investment. It's a lot of time. Um, as far as growing, because we are farmers itself, starting indoors, lighting, newts, soil, pots, everything you can think of, down to the wire, $750 electric bills every single month for indoor growing, not to mention outdoor growing. Um, Everything costs money, everything. And to save your crop, like a lot of people took a hit this year, even in Mexico, all over the world. It wasn't even just here. 100-degree weather. How do you overcome all this nasty weather, and how do you overcome it and make your crop thrive to be able to push forward? It's a lot of work, a lot of shade cloth, a lot of attention. Now you want to pay attention to your plants, but you don't want to pay too much attention because the more you baby them, the more you harm them. You know, um, but you still have to pay attention. It's a lot of watering. You got shade cloth. You got to keep everything right um, for growing conditions, or you're going to lose your whole crop, like a lot of people did, and it's tough. And on top of that, your crop has to thrive because otherwise your business doesn't thrive. We make product with everything we grow. Besides selling fresh peppers, we have to make products. So we need our crop to thrive. Otherwise, our business doesn't thrive. Our product doesn't thrive. We make sauces and tinks, and we have 28 different products on our product line. Probably more than that, but because we have different sizes and things like that. But there's a lot of product and a lot of overhead. And this is just our business. So forget about all the other businesses out there. I mean, yeah, you can open up an internet business for pennies on a dollar. It still takes money to invest. I mean, even for your internet guys, it still takes money. No matter what you do, you have to reinvest, and it takes money, a lot of money, a lot of time, a lot of patience, a lot of aggravation. Um, you know, I'm actually very calm. It's early. Like I said, our day starts 3:34 in the morning. We wake up, get the fog out of your eyes. You got to drink coffee. You kind of discuss what's happening for the day, whether with your partner, your significant other, or yourself in your mind. You have to plan your day. So right now, label making for product because Tammy has to get everything ready to ship out. That came in, the orders that came in last night get shipped out today or tomorrow, depending on how the day goes. And then me, I have to start our construction company and then go to that. And that's a whole another story with construction because, I have overhead there and then I got material lists and I got contracts and I have to go over every contract that we have, what's happened on this job, add everything up, put everything together. We're very organized here. So it's not like we just say, hey, I'm going to do a construction job and that's that. No, there's a file and there's receipts and everything has to get added and you have to do material versus labor and blah, 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 blah. And then on top of the work itself, it's a lot. It's a lot. So I tell you guys, and you new guys, a lot of new younger generations who want to open a business. Be prepared, be driven. And as long as there's always progression, no matter how slow it is, as long as you're always progressing, you're going to have success. Without progression, there is no success. Without failure, there is no success. Remember, you're going to fail 1,000 times before you become successful once. Um, this is just my advice, but I wanted to kind of give you an idea. I woke up this morning with a fire under my ass, and I woke up and it's like everybody wants to own a business, and I see a lot of these people out there. Everybody wants to own a business. Everybody wants to start a business. You go online, there's all these company names and all. None of them are legit. Half these people don't even have licenses for their businesses. They just wake up one morning, name it, call themselves a company, try making product, and until they get caught. But that's besides the fact. You can't just wake up, open a name, and because say you start to build and you start to get successful. Now, how do you get your product out there? How do you get it to the public? How do you break off the internet, get it to the public, get it into stores, and do everything? We're in that process of starting to progress farther than the internet. Even though 90% of our sales are on the internet, we do very well. Now it's time to break out to the general public. And that's a whole new beast that you got to deal with. And a lot of these people, they're going to get to that point. They say their product is successful. Say they open some bogus company, call themselves Joe Schmo, and start selling on the internet and not worrying about paying taxes and everything else like that. And they're just selling to make money, just to get by, which you can't blame them, especially in this economy today. You can't blame anybody for trying, you know. But when you get to a point, you're always at a standstill. Your business is never going to progress if you're at a standstill. You know what I'm saying? So, say you're making hot sauces and you're selling them on the internet for $5, $10 a bottle, right? You're becoming successful. Well, guess what? You're at a standstill. So, how do you progress past? Do you have the licenses? Do you have the licenses to make the product? Do you have the licenses and the insurance to get it into stores? Say you have to go to a packing company. Do you have everything the packing company requires? Certain stores require different things, different licenses, different insurance. Um, you know, these are the things you have to think about in the future. And there's so much more than what I'm telling you right now. There's so much more. So it's, that's just one end of it. Like I said, forget your overhead and all your different overhead and being professional. It takes a lot of money. A lot of these big companies, the reason why they're successful is because they have their ducks in a row. When they pack, their product line is nice. Everything's packed nice. They got their flyers, their information packets, their stickers, whatever, all wrapped into one along with the products. And that is what you have to figure into your overhead, and it's a lot. And no business. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're $1 million company. No one has all their ducks in a row. We're probably, for what we look like right now, we're probably some of the most organized people and have data for everything, and everything gets filed. And my wife is very meticulous when it comes to business, so everything's perfect down to the number, and it's a lot. And like I said, if you're going to open a business and you're going to do something successful, you need to have the will, the want, and the drive to be successful. And you can't give up ever. No matter how many failures you have, no matter how many times you get knocked down, no matter how many people say you can't, you have to have the want and the drive to push forward. And that's what it comes down to. I mean, honestly, it's the will to succeed. If you don't have the will, you'll never make it. Like, anybody could wake up, anybody could say they want to open a business, anybody could talk a big game, but it's your actions that matter. It's what you do that matters, and how far you push it, how far you push the envelope. If you want to be up here, and because remember, we live in a day of corporate America. Now we're competing with corporate America. Little old me, little my wife. You're you're competing now with corporate America. It's not an easy task. Like my wife always says, you got a steak this big on a plate this big, but it's a matter of what you do with it. Are you going to drive forward? Are you going to push forward? Are you going to have the will to keep pushing, keep making it work? You know, and we have a lot of friends who get a lot of hate and deal with the same thing we do, who really drive forward and never give up, and they always strive to be the best. And those are the people we look at. Listen, I don't look at anybody with $1 million company um, as an inspiration, or someone that I look up to and admire. I look at the smaller guy who's driving forward, putting everything he has into it, really making something from nothing. Really making something from nothing. A lot of these guys will say, "Oh, I'm a self-made man. I came from nothing." But they got loans from family and this and that, blah blah blah. When you can do it on your own with nothing and build your company to here, that's when you have achieved ultimate success. Regardless of how big you make it or how small you make it, that is ultimate success in the end. So, with that said, I have to get back to work because I have labels to make, and then I have to go do my construction company. So everybody be good. I hope you got something from this, or I hope that if you're thinking about starting a company and if you're thinking about actually pushing forward with it, this gave you a little bit of not incentive, but a little bit of direction or knowledge of how much it takes to actually open a company and actually do things. I mean, there's a lot like just in front of me on my desk, besides labels and products and stickers and everything else around. It takes a lot, and it consumes you and it consumes your mind, and you have to be prepared for that mentally. You have to be mentally strong for that. You can't break down. You can't feel overwhelmed and stressed and get anxiety. It's kind of like, okay, this is what's in front of me. This is what I have to do. Let's do it. My wife is a list writer. She'll write lists of everything she has to do and check it off for the day. Me, I compile it all in this brain, and I'm unorganized up here, but I know what I have to get done, and I do it. So just be prepared. Be prepared for it's a cutthroat world. It's really tough out there. There's a lot of stress. There's a lot of things to think about to do things right. But if you have the will and you have the drive, you'll make it. Just push forward, keep pushing forward. Don't let anybody ever tell you you can't, and you'll succeed. Everybody be good. Peace.